Hi. Hi again, kids. We're going to have another day of learning today. And I wanted to say I'm thinking about you again today, and I hope you're doing great. Hi, Annie and Ellie. Hi, Colton. Hi, Gage. Hi, Lane. Hi, Megan. I am going to start today with a story. So we're going to scoot in on the camera a little bit and let you look at the book. We normally start with stories, right, when we're at school. This one's called, When Will It Be Spring? I wonder if you've noticed, I'm sure you have, that the weather has been turning really nice. We've had some great sunny days, and that's what spring feels like. We're going to get snow again this week, but then it'll get warm again pretty soon, I'm sure. So when will it be spring? Come inside, Alfie, said Mother Bear. It's time to sleep, and when you wake up, it will be spring. When will it be spring? Asked Alfie, and how will I know when it's here? Mother Bear replied, when the butterflies float by looking for new flowers, then it will be spring. So Alfie snuggled down to sleep. But when he woke up, Alfie could not tell if spring had come or not. He tiptoed across the floor of the cave, rubbed his bleary eyes, and saw butterflies. It's spring, cried Alfie. Wake up, Mother. I see a big gray butterfly and lots of little white ones. Is that a butterfly? But when Mother Bear came out, she could only see the soft fall of new snow. Winter has hardly begun, she said. Go back to sleep, Alfie. But when will it be spring? Alfie wanted to know. And Mother Bear mumbled sleepily, oh, when the swallows arrive and there are birds in every tree, then it will be spring. So Alfie curled up again to sleep, and when he woke up, he was sure it must be time for spring. He crept across the floor of the cave, peered outside, and saw birds in the trees. See? Mother, wake up, squealed Alfie. Spring is here. The swallows have come, and they are singing in the trees. Uh-oh, Mother Bear could only see icicles and hear the wind whistling in the bare branches. Right? Can you see that looked like a bird to him from inside? You're dreaming, Alfie, she said. Now go back to sleep. But Mother, said Alfie, when will it be spring? And Mother Bear, already half asleep, grunted. Ah, when the sun is bright and the air is warm, then it will be spring. He's getting impatient, isn't he? So Alfie burrowed down in his bed again, and when he woke, he was quite sure spring was here. He padded across the floor, looked out, and saw a bright sun. Mother, you've overslept, cried Alfie. Wake up, spring is here. The sun is shining, it's getting warm. But Mother Bear could only see the hunters' fires, and she quickly hustled her cub away. Now go to sleep, she said. I will tell you when spring is here. She's back here looking. She was scared. The hunters would probably try to shoot a bear, so she wants to get away. So Alfie slept and dreamed of butterflies, birds, and sunshine until something icy touched his nose. You see it? A tiny stream of water was trickling through the cave. Alfie shook his mother awake, and she growled, for the last time, Alfie, it is not spring. But Alfie patted her hopefully until she got up, stomped through the doorway, and saw spring. Mother Bear rubbed her eyes and blinked in the warm, bright light. Spring is here after all, she said with a smile. But now where is Alfie? Where is he? He's in the meadow and he's sleeping. He's still tired. Do you know why he's still tired? Well, all winter, what is it called when the bears sleep all winter? Do you remember? Hibernating. And he was supposed to be hibernating with his mom, but he kept waking up. So he didn't get enough sleep, so he's sleepy. He'll be fine. And it's springtime, they wake up and they spend most of their time outside looking for food. And so that's what that book is going to do next, is go into summer. So we're going to work on our worksheets now. I'm going to go to the table, get your worksheet set out, and get ready to start with me. Our first sheet today is this one. You'll see it on the top of your packet. Don't forget, the first thing we do on every worksheet is we put our name at the top. Make sure you write small letters. Keep your writing small. Your first initial is a capital and all the rest of them are lowercase. Pause the video while you write your name on top, and when you're done, start it up again. For this worksheet, you're going to need a green and a red colored pencil. We're going to color in the light objects green and the heavy objects red. And you can see that there's two things on each seesaw. This is called a seesaw or a balance, and we're going to decide which one's heavier and which one's lighter. Pause the video for just a moment while you get out your green and your red colored pencil and start it again when you're ready. Okay, number one, the dog and the pencil. Color the lighter object green and the heavier object red. You decide which one's lighter and which one's heavier. Pause the video until you do that and then start it when you're ready. Number two, there's a book and a block. Color the lighter object green and the heavier object red. Pause the video until you do that and start it when you're ready. Number three, there's a lion and I don't know, maybe another block or a shape. Color the lighter object green and the heavier object red out of those two. Pause the video while you do that and start it again when you're done. Okay, turn that over. This picture is like the one we did last time where there are color words on the picture. And this is a plate of fruit and all the fruits are different colors. I want you to look at the word and decide what color that could be. You can't read the whole word, but some of you might, but you can sound it out based on what the first couple of letters are. So this word here says B-R-O-W-N. We know B says B, R says R, br, br. What color would start with that sound? B-R, br. And you might also think about, well, this is a pineapple. What color do you think that part of the pineapple might be? So you're going to pause the video in a moment and you're going to color your whole picture, reading what the color is and coloring that object, the whole object, that color, or this whole object, this color. So you're going to need purple, red, green, brown, orange, yellow, and blue. Pause your video for a minute to get your colors out and start it again after you are done coloring the picture. Next, we're going to practice some of our numbers. This worksheet, first thing you're going to do is write your name on the top. Remember, capital letter to start and lowercase letters for the rest of your name. Make your writing small. Pause the video while you do that and start it when you're done. Okay, it says, there are many kinds of birds at the zoo. How many of each kind of bird do you see? Write the number of birds in each group on the lines. So on this line, you're going to write how many penguins after you've counted them. On this line, you're going to write how many ducks after you've counted them. You're going to just write it right in this space, whatever you count, right on that line. Try to keep the number that you write on the line instead of going down below the line. And also, try not to make your number floating above the line. So I'm just showing you about where to put them on each line. Remember, when we've been counting things in a group, sometimes what we do to make it easy to know what we've counted is we make a mark on it. Now the penguins are all in a line, and you could start here and count, and then come down here and finish counting. But the ducks are kind of mixed up, and so are the flamingos. So for the flamingos, you might go like this. 1, 2, 3, and continue on that way, putting an X on the ones you've already counted, so you can tell not to count them again. You can tell which ones you've counted. We do that at school together, and I ask you to do it quietly with just in your own head. Right now at home, you can say those numbers out loud as you count. 1, 2, 3, and so on. The last thing I wanted to show you is I've put some numbers up top to help you remember, especially how you would write the 11 and the 12. Remember, the 1 comes first. In the 11, there's actually 2 1s, but in the 12, the 1 comes first before the 2, and in the 10, the 1 comes first. Sometimes you forget and you put the 1 after the 0, so try to write it just like that if that's one of the numbers you're going to be writing. So pause the video and start it again when you're done with all 4 groups that you've counted and written their numbers. Okay, turn that one over. It's lunchtime at Slime Pit Elementary School. Look what the cook made for lunch today. Then write a number on the lines to tell how many of each thing she made. So this is grass soup. Yum. These are frog burgers. I think you can see a frog in there. And this is nut juice. So you're going to count each group and come down here to the line to write it in that spot. Again, put it right on the line, not floating and not below the line after you've counted them. You can use the X's if you need to, although I think it's easy to see what you've counted when you count those. Pause the video and count all of those items, writing their numbers down below, and start it up again when you're done. Okay, good job so far. Let's do another one. This is a picture of a bunch of people outside having fun at the playground or the park. And there's some families. And you can't always tell what families go together, but it doesn't matter. We're going to count the moms, the daughters, the dads, and the sons. So in each question, it's asking how many. This one says how many moms. This one says how many daughters. This one says how many dads. It also starts with D, but it's a short word. Dad is D-A-D, dads. And how many sons, okay? So, oops, forgot to tell you, start by putting your name up top and pause the video to do that, and then start it again when you're done. Okay, so you're going to start by counting the moms. You're definitely going to want to make a mark on the moms you've already counted because they're all over the place and it's going to get a little confusing. Well, this looks like a mom. 1, 2, right? 3. So count them that way by putting an X on them. If you want, you could get a different color for each of them. That would actually be best. So maybe you get a color red for moms and a color green for daughters and a color purple for dads and the color brown for sons. You can pick 4 colors and decide which one's going to be for which group, and then make your X's with the colored pencil, because that way you will be, they won't all look alike after you start counting more and more of them. After you've counted how many moms, you're going to write that number right in this little box. Then you're going to pick up your new color and mark off how many daughters you see, making a mark with your colored pencil on all the little girls, and then write that number right in here. And then a new color for how many dads, and the last color for how many sons, and write those numbers in those boxes. Pause the video, and after you're done with that worksheet, start it up again. Okay, this one says, draw lines from the small pictures up top to where you see them in the big picture. So this is a picture of Bible times, I think, and they're having a feast. And you might see this part of the picture with this squiggly line and this thing that looks like a leaf somewhere down in that big picture. It's just in one little spot. So you're going to draw a line from this picture to wherever that one is in the big picture. I'm going to help you with the first one. So this squiggly line and this what looked like a leaf is not actually a leaf, but when you come over here, you can see it's right here. And here's the squiggly line, and here's the thing that looked a little bit like a leaf, but it's actually a little hat for that lady. So the line goes from that picture just right over there to where that is. So look at all of these other 4 pictures and draw a line down to where they are in the big picture. If you want, you can use the 4 colors that you used for the other side and do a different color for this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one, down into the picture for where they go. Pause the video and try that, and then turn it back on when you're ready. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is practice our numbers again, and we've done this worksheet many times, and it's good to practice it several times over and over. First thing we're going to do is put your name on the top, use a capital letter for your first initial, and then all lowercase. Pause the video while you do that, and then start it up again when you're ready. Okay, remember when we do this one, we only do 3 more numbers, and we space them apart a little bit so they're not too crowded. So the 1 is easy, and it always starts from the top, of course, down. Then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 more. I'm going to show you a couple of them. Well, actually, pause the video and do your 1s, and then start it up again when you're done with your 1s. Okay, for 2s, remember it goes up a little to the top, around, down, line at the bottom. So start it here to go up a little to the top, around, down, line at the bottom. Starting it here, up a little, around, down to the bottom, line at the bottom. One more, up a little, around, to the bottom, line at the bottom. Pause the video, write your 2s, and then start it up when you're ready. Okay, for 3s, same thing. You have to start down a little bit, come up and make 1 loop, and then another. So starting here, up, make a loop, and then another. Try to make your 3s go all the way to the line instead of floating. Starting here, up a little, a loop, and then another. 1 more, up a little, a loop, and then another. Pause the video, try your 3s, and start it up when you're ready. Okay, for 4s, remember for 4s we go down over, pick up our pencil, and then go all the way down. Down over, pick it up, all the way down. Down over, pick it up, all the way down. One more. Down, over, pick it up, come all the way down. Pause the video, write your 4s, and start it up when you're ready. Okay, for 5s, remember we start here on a 5 and we go down, make a loop, and then come back and go across the top. Down, make a loop, come back up and make a line across the top. So you don't pick up your pencil when you go down and a loop. Then you pick it up and come back to the top to make the line at top. One more time, down and a loop, pick it up, come back, line across the top. Pause the video, write your 5s, and start it when you're ready. Okay, for 6s, down and a circle. All in one, don't pick up your pencil. Make sure they're not floating and they go down to the bottom. Down and a circle. Down and a circle. Down and a circle. Pause the video, write your 6s, and then start it up when you're ready. Okay, 7s are tricky for some of you because you want to start on this side and go this way and then down, but that's not right. So let's practice the 7s the right way. We start over here and go over, down, over, down, over, down, over, down. Pause the video, write your 7s, and then start it up again when you're ready. Okay. Let's do our 8s. We start on this side on the 8 and we make it look like an S. Up a little this way, back over to that way, to the bottom, up to the top. This way on this side, over to the other side, to the bottom, up to the top. Go this way first, cross over, then that way, over to the bottom, see the S, and then up to the top. One more. So go this way, over to the other side, there's the S, up to the top. All right, pause the video, write your 8s, and then start it up when you're ready. Okay, the number 9, we do the circle first, and the circle has to go this way, a full circle. Pick it up, line going down. A full circle. Now that circle's only on the top part here, it doesn't go too low, line going down. So it's kind of a small circle. Pick up the pencil, line going down. If you do the line first, it gets confusing. So do the circle first, over here, line going down. You see how the lines are touching the circles? They do need to touch the circles. Pause the video, practice the 9s, and then start it up when you're ready. Okay, so for 10s, we always do the 1 first, and then a big oval 0, not a little one like the 9s. So a 1 first, and keep the 0 part close to the 1. Don't spread them out too far. Otherwise, it looks like they don't go together. So here's our 1 and our big 0. It comes down to the bottom and touches the bottom. One more, down with the 1, making a big 0 that touches the bottom, and all of mine are close together so you can tell they go together. Pause the video, write your 10s, and then start it up when you're ready. Okay, we're almost done. We're going to do 11s and 12s, and then we're done with worksheets. You guys are working hard. So 11s are easy, right? Just 2 1s. They do have to be close together, so they look like they go together. So just 1, 2, and then move over a little bit to make the next one. 1, 2, 2 of those, okay? And then another one here, close together, so we have 3 11s. Pause the video, write your 11s, and then start it up when you're ready. Okay, the last one is 12s, which is a 1 and a 2. So keep them close together because they go together. A 1 and then a 2. Up to the top, around, down, and a line at the bottom. So a 1 and a 2. Up, around, down, line at the bottom. A 1 and a 2. Up, touch the top, around, to the bottom, line at the bottom. And the last one, touch the top, go around to the side, down to the bottom, and across the bottom. Pause the video, write your 12s, and start it up again when you're ready. Okay, we're done with worksheets. I wanted to show you one more thing. I'm going to go back down to the ground on the floor here, and we're going to read a Bible card. Last time we read about Josiah, King Josiah, and he was a young king. This time we're going to read about Hannah. And I think that we got the video on the picture for you to see. Hannah and her husband loved each other very much. They wanted to have a big family, but Hannah was unable to have children. She was very sad, but Hannah never lost her faith in God. In fact, she decided to go to the Holy Tabernacle in the city of Shiloh and make a special promise to God. Hannah promised that if God would bless her with a son, he would be raised to serve the Lord. Later that year, guess what? Hannah gave birth to a son, and she named him Samuel. She was so happy that God had answered her prayer, and as she had promised, Hannah took her son back to Shiloh. She asked the high priest, Eli, to teach Samuel to work for God. So Samuel stayed at the tabernacle with Eli and became his student. Every year, Hannah and her husband returned to Shiloh to visit their firstborn son. Eventually, Hannah had 3 more boys and 2 girls. And Samuel grew up to become a great leader of Israel. And the tabernacle, I said that she went to the tabernacle. The tabernacle is like a really big church where the priest Eli lived, and he taught Samuel how to be a great leader. That's all for today, guys. It was great to have a learning session with you today, and I'll have another one for you soon. Bye.